That was way too slow. I was just letting you get warmed up. Now we're going to do it real speed. Are you ready? Here we go. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! That was too slow, too. I think y'all can go faster. Are you ready? One more time. Let's go extra fast. We got it. Here we go. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! All right, grab a seat. VBS round 2, are you ready? Yeah! I'm excited that you're here. I see some new faces. If you were not here last night, can you raise your hand if this is your first night to be here with us? I see some hands going up. We're glad that we have some new listeners with us. Excited that you're here. We're going to have a great night at VBS. Somebody tell me what this thing's called right here. Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai, that's the name of it. We're at Mount Sinai again tonight. Last night we heard about Moses, and we learned how he saw the burning bush and stopped burning, thankfully. But we had Moses in the burning bush. You remember what God called him to go do? He called him to go lead his people out of Egypt. Do you remember the story we talked about last night a little bit? He called Moses to go lead his people out of Egypt. Moses said he didn't really think he could, right? You had some excuses. God said, well, I'll send Aaron with you. Y'all will go. You'll go tell Pharaoh to let the people go. We're going to skip forward in the story, but let me tell you really quick what happened. Moses went to Pharaoh, and you know what Pharaoh said? He said no, right? Over and over again, he said no. And God gave these powerful signs. We saw God talk to Moses about the staff turning into a snake. We saw him talk to him about his hand that turned into a leper's hand, and he put it back and it was clean again. We saw that happen when God first talked to Moses in the burning bush. Well, guess what? God did powerful signs in front of Pharaoh, in front of the Egyptians, and in front of God's people, and he told them, he showed them his power, and it convinced Pharaoh to finally let the people go. But you know what happened? Even after Pharaoh let the people go, he chased after them. We kind of heard about that a little bit last night. They crossed the Red Sea. Remember the walls of water? There's a hallway back here that's like the Red Sea crossing. They walked through the water on dry ground, and they entered into the wilderness. So that's where we're going to pick up tonight, because guess where they went in the wilderness? Guess what mountain they went back to again? The same mountain where God first called Moses. They went to Mount Sinai. So we're going to hear tonight when we read the Bible in the book of Exodus about Mount Sinai, about them coming back to the mountain in the wilderness, and all the amazing things that happened there. I'm looking forward to the skit we'll have in just a minute. Let me ask this question. Whenever you think about that song we sang a minute ago, the Lord's Army, who's really in charge of the Lord's Army? God is. That's why it's called the Lord's Army, right? And God's people learn over and over again that He is the reason that they can be successful and that they're delivered. So we're going to talk about that more tonight. I want to sing this next song, Our God Is So Big, because that's what the people of Israel learned. God can do everything. He can even part the Red Sea for them, right? He can do everything. He can rescue them. So let's sing this song together. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His and the valleys are His and the trees are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. He's got the whole world in His hands. 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 Do you believe that? Do you believe God's got the whole world in His hands? You know, whenever we talk about everything that happens happens in these Bible stories we're learning about this week, it reminds me God can take care of everything. And if nothing else, hopefully we learn that this week. I'm looking forward about the skit we're about to see here in just a minute. We're going to be turning the lights off. If we get the lights off all throughout the auditorium, we're going to start our skit here in just a minute. If you can't get good and quiet and still, let's see what happens tonight at Mount Sinai. You ready? All right, here we go.
All right, that's it. Another tabernacle curtain ready to hang.
Great work, everybody. Lunchtime. You know, Bezalel, a lot of people complain about this, but I bet we're kind of like it.
Yeah, you know, when you're working for the Lord, you build quite an appetite. You know, I'm so hungry, I think I'd be ready to eat about anything. You know, Holiab, it's really kind of sad, you know, how everyone takes it for granted.
Take what for granted?
You know, the manna. God has it ready for us every morning. It's just spread out all over the place, ready for us to collect and sustain us for the day's work.
That's right. You know, even being out here in the wilderness, absolutely in the middle of nowhere, Alabama, there's still plenty for us to eat. Not one person has an empty stomach.
Yeah, or plenty to drink, too. Hey, you remember that time when Moses struck that rock over there and God provided water for everyone?
Are you kidding? How could I forget that?
It's so hot.
My feet hurt. My ankles hurt.
You need to give us something to drink.
Why do you fight against me, and why do you test the Lord?
Why do you bring us out here into the wilderness? So we can die of thirst? We're better off in Egypt.
Oh Lord, what do you want me to do with these people? They are about ready to stone me.
Pass on before the people, taking with you some of the elders of Israel, and take your staff with you. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock. Strike the rock, and water will come out, so that the people can drink.
You hear that? That's the sound of no water.
Surely God is still with us, Aholiab.
That's right. I try to think about that every morning as I'm gathering manna for my family.
You know, when you're working hard for the Lord, I try not to Try not to even get worried, because you know when you do what God asks you to do, you can always have confidence that God will provide everything we need.
That is so true, Bethelwell.